serving Shreveport-Bossier for more than 50 years. This is KRMD AM and FM, Shreveport, Louisiana.
NBC Radio News. This is Cameron Swayze reporting. Most of the major childhood diseases, polio, measles, mumps, and so forth, can be prevented easily by inoculation. But apparently a lot of parents are not taking their children to get the shots. The Department of Health, Education, and Welfare estimates that 20 million children are about to head back to school without getting all the shots they should. William White of HEW says the department has set up a new program to see that the children are immunized.
We're hoping that in many situations what will occur is more constructive thrust in the use of that legislation, and that is that note will be made of the fact that the child is not adequately protected, and that there will be follow-up that will occur with the use of volunteers locally, use of the PTA, and use of other local volunteer forces to work with the child and the parent to make certain that the child does have access to immunization, either at his private physician's office or at the local health department.
White says HEW does not expect local schools to shoulder the burden of seeing the children are immunized against the major childhood diseases. I'll have more news right after this.
KRMD, the country giant, serving Shreveport for more than 50 years. KRMD, AM and FM, Shreveport.
NBC Radio News. This is Cameron Swayze reporting. Two conservative Republican senators, Jesse Helms of North Carolina and Strom Thurmond of South Carolina, say there'll be a filibuster against President Carter's proposed Panama Canal Treaty. They were on Meet the Press today on NBC, and Fred Francis has more on the story.
Senator Strom Thurmond, who leads the Senate opposition to a new Panama Canal Treaty, said he believes that giving up the canal would threaten America's ability to survive. The South Carolina senator said the navies of America's enemies could easily encircle the United States, cutting off supplies of raw materials if the canal is given to Panama. Thurmond scoffed at the administration's strongest selling point, that the Joint Chiefs of Staff wholeheartedly support the new treaty. Thurmond said the generals and admirals have to say that to keep their jobs. Fred Francis, NBC News, Washington.
I'll have more news right after this.
Your international